It's officially that time of year again when everyone is motivated to get their life together, and if you're anything like me, then you probably spent countless hours searching the internet for the best way to stay consistent and actually achieve your goals this year. But don't worry, your search is officially over. The new year is literally a week away, which means it's time to get up, it's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself, and it's time to use this short and easy guide to finally take the necessary steps to become the best version of yourself. If you're watching this right now, 2025 is going to be your year. I'm claiming it for all of us right now. We are going to start by reflecting because we all know that the new year is the best time to sit down and kind of think back to the previous year and really remind yourself of all of the highs and lows that happened throughout the year. I started off thinking that 2024 was going to be my year. Then I quickly began to experience many lows, and I kind of just let myself become stuck. I started feeling behind. I started comparing myself to others and really feeling like I was running out of time to complete all of the things I wanted to do, which in turn led me to rushing through things, and I kind of was missing the overall big picture. I wouldn't say that 2024 was a bad year, but more so an interesting year that really made me think. And I know it's important to acknowledge and reflect on the past because a lot of the time there's almost always a lesson we learn from all the experiences we go through. And I truly believe they make us stronger, even if the only thing you learned was to never do something again. Reflecting helps you understand what worked and what didn't so that you're able to move on and kind of let go of those things that are no longer serving you so that you can actually start implementing things that are going to actually benefit you. I am a goals girly through and through, and I know there are a lot of people who don't like setting goals because there's an added pressure to complete them. But for me, I always like setting goals because it gives me something to work toward. Even if I don't actually complete them, I know that I'm still improving. When it comes to goal setting, what has really helped me this year is breaking them down and making sure I'm making them very specific. And there's two ways I do this. First is by setting a big yearly goal, like reading 20 books, then breaking it down into smaller steps that I can implement, like saying I will read 10 pages every day. I've also been setting monthly goals that will help me reach my yearly goals. So for example, I will say this month I'm going to read 2 books. And obviously completing 2 books is much more achievable than 20. If I make the same goal every single month, then by the end of the year I will have reached this goal. And in fact, I will have read more than 20 books. There's less pressure to complete a goal when it's smaller because it seems more realistic and easily attainable. Now that we've done the reflecting, it's time to let go of the past and move forward. We have to let go of the things that are doing more harm than good and start to really envision where we want our life to be headed. Think about the type of person you want to be. Think about the type of life you want to live. My favorite ways to change my mindset are by making a vision board on Pinterest so that I can have a visual representation of what it is that I'm aspiring toward. I also like to manifest. This is something I just got into at the beginning of 2024, and I haven't been as consistent with it, but I definitely enjoy it. I'll sit down and I'll either script out how I want something to happen, or I'll create a list of affirmations that pertain to the mindset that I want. And the last one is meditation. I don't meditate as often as I would like to, but I know every time I do, it's very grounding and it helps me slow down so that I can bring my focus back to what I believe is most important. And if you're feeling stuck or really struggle to shift your perspective, you can try doing shadow work to try to understand why you think the way you do. It sounds a bit condescending, and I promise it's not. At this point, you should have somewhat of an idea of what you're going for, and now it's time to create a plan. You need to create a specific and detailed plan of how you're going to implement this new lifestyle or how you're going to improve your current one. You can do this by creating an outline with detailed bullet points, or you can even do this by creating a monthly plan. For example, a 6-month plan. Whatever you decide to do, write it down, get it out of your head, and commit to it. As you continue to grow and work towards becoming a better version of yourself, obviously things are going to change, and you may decide that what you originally wanted isn't what you need or want anymore, which is completely fine. You're allowed to switch things up, but it's also important to remember that you need to be disciplined enough to keep going and give things time to work in your favor. The reason you should create a plan is because you will already know exactly what you need to do, and it will keep you accountable. If things end up changing, you can always modify it, but at least you'll have a starting point. The last piece of advice I'm going to give you is to make it realistic. Whether that is setting your goals, making your vision board, or creating your little plan, you have to make it realistic to you. You're the only one that knows what you're capable capable of and what you're not capable of. And don't compare yourself to other people's journeys, because that's also not going to motivate you to want to become the best version of yourself. And that is it for my 2025 Ultimate Reset Guide. I can't believe 2025 is in a week. I feel like 2024 just kind of flew by. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below this emoji. And in like a week or two, I'm going to be doing my own full reset routine for 2025. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye!